cards dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Either you got it, you don't. Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back, did what I could.
It is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Season Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
41, Alvin.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this will be caught at the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 24, Jackson. Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Saints 7, Packers nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 16.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rodgers going to throw. His throw is going to be incomplete. Charles already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The gun, it's Rodgers. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
23 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 26. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 24.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers.
Pass complete.
A 24-yard touchdown. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was
double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They'll run on first down. Jones. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On second down, it's Jones. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Jones, the ball carrier.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Fourth down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it online, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jackson. This will complete to Jordan Reed. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
At the 40.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson will throw again. And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Alexander.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Rodgers looking deep for Adams. He's got a man, complete. That one good for 37 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
A first down run here by Jones as he'll take it forward for a gain of about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers caught on the right side by Adams. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 32-yard line.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Now it's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers, and his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, and it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. from the gun. Rodgers. Fourth down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful at getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
At the 26-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open.
And in double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
2nd and 11 at the Saints.
2nd and 11 now. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Rodgers now on first down. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Jackson. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cunningham.
Jackson's pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 34.
Again, Jackson. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
Jackson.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. To throw again is Jackson. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half.
The field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's got Andrews on the hookup. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
To kick off for New Orleans.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects. Tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Jones with a nice burst there on first down as he'll be taken down, but not before a gain of 7 yards. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
That's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. His tight end here, DeGraw. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
First down, Packers.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, it's Jones. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Green Bay.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to pull one over his head as this game.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone, possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Ball carrier. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The line of scrimmage.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On second down, Kamara. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and...
On 3rd down, Jackson. In the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's Jones, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jones. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Rodgers, and that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets it to Funches, complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devin Funches, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have moved out in front. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Packers 24, Saints 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Steps away to his left. Looking long for Thomas. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. As well.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively.
5 yards.
So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
Taken in the end zone. Return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
At the 20-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. at the 34-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
On is the punter, Scott, here as he gets this one away.
Harris to return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
32-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Packers, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.